guys, so it has been a little while, and I'm sure you're thinking, wow, this is a new setup. If you've watched any of my recent video, or recent, it's been like a month since I have filmed anything, and the reason I've been MIA is because I took a little break to kind of get my thoughts together and decide if I really wanted to do this. Let me just tell you, if you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel and, you know, it's overwhelming when you first get started. You're like, man, I gotta shoot I gotta film, I gotta edit my videos, then I have to upload, and a lot of people, the way they get known and the way they get more views and more subscribers is they do like frequent posts. And that's really hard to do if you have a busy lifestyle like I do sometimes and don't sometimes. Like with my jobs, both my jobs, Rue 21 and Crossmark, which is a merchandising job, there's sometimes that I'm like, I can't even sit down for a minute. I feel like I'm being rushed all the time, but it's just because, I mean, my hours at work fluctuate so much. So I kind of had to take a time and ask myself if this is really what I wanted to do. Because when I first started it out, and I still think I will love it, but when I first started out, I really, really enjoyed it. I really liked, like, people being able to see me do what I love, which is makeup, fashion, beauty, and all these things. So I took about a month, and within that month, I got a new camera. So this is my new setup. I have a tripod set up and I have it looking down on me, so it's a better angle for you guys to see me at instead of looking up like you was when I was using my tablet. The camera I'm using is a Sony AX1000, I want to say 10,000, something like that. I really cannot even remember. I have the box somewhere over there in the room. And if you want to know, just comment below and I will put in the description or something, or I will comment back to you and let you know exactly what the camera is. But today I decided to do my makeup favorites. It's not really like a monthly favorite or anything, because since I have been missing for a little while, I've picked up a couple different things, and I'm kind of going to give you a favorite of each category, like a favorite eyeshadow, a favorite foundation I'm using right now, eyeshadow brush, etc, etc. So let's kind of get into this video, and I will go ahead and start with the foundation. The foundation I've been using for probably 3 weeks or so is an oldie. I just randomly one day went through my makeup collection and was like, I have got to find a new foundation, because I was using a certain foundation and it was just drying my face out or something. Like, I have oily skin, and if you guys have watched my videos, you've heard me say it over and over, and I know it gets old, but I have very oily skin, so that foundation was drying my skin out too much. I wasn't able to use it anymore because it was leaving like patchy places all over my face, and it was getting blotchy, and it looked bad, really bad. So what I've been using recently is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1. Let's see if we can get that to focus in for you guys. I don't know if it is or not. And the shade I'm in is in 825 Buff Beige. And this is like the perfect shade for me, and I don't know if I look like on camera if it looks like a good shade for me. I probably look a little light because I'm right in front of my window in my spare bedroom, my beauty room, because I haven't purchased any lighting or anything for my setup. But anyways, on to what I love to apply my foundation with. This has been a favorite for I don't know how long. When I filmed my flawless foundation routine video, this is what I used, because I have loved it ever since I purchased it probably 2 years ago. I actually have not been using the same one. I've purchased this probably 3 or 4 times. This is probably, I think, my 4th one that I've been using, and it is the Real Techniques Beauty Blender And I'm quoting that because I don't think that's actually what it's called. There is a company that does make beauty blenders, and that is the actual name of them. These are Miracle sponges. That's what they are. They're the Real Techniques Miracle sponges, and they're only $5.98, and that's a big difference from paying $20 out here at Sephora for a beauty blender. If you're like me and sometimes can't splurge on the big items. So on to the next thing is a palette I purchased at Ulta not too long ago. Oh, my back. I need to find me a better seat to film in because this one isn't working. But I purchased this at Ulta probably 2 weeks ago whenever me and my husband went up there. And I was very listen to me. But anyways, I was pleasantly surprised with how this this turned out. I was kind of skeptical. I was between the Anastasia contour palette and the, let me bring this up a little bit. I was between the Anastasia contour palette and this palette, which is the NYX palette, the Highlighting and Contour Pro palette. I was just kind of scared to try out something cheaper because I've heard so many reviews over the Anastasia one. Like, everybody on YouTube uses it and like rant and raves about it. So I was gonna get it, but then in the back of my mind, I just still couldn't bring myself to pay $40 for it. Yes, I'm that person that tells myself, do I really want to pay that price for it, or do I want to get a dupe for it? So I bought the NYX one, and I am so pleased with it. It looks like this from one end to the other. And these are basically the 3 shades I've been using the most. If I sound a little manly, it's because I've been really sick. Like, for some reason, my wisdom tooth has been bothering me, which has been causing me to have sinus problems. That sounds really weird, but it's like all that goes in together, so it's been causing me to have really bad problems in the head. So I've been using this banana color powder and these 2 bronzy colors. I have it on today and I really like it. Like, I love the way it turns out. I love the way it looks, how my contour turns out. So with this, I bought a couple other NYX products, and one of them being the Contour Wonder Stick, which looks like this. It has the contour color on one end and then the highlighting color on the other end. I've actually not really used the highlighting color as much because I use a concealer to highlight, but this is what the contour color looks like. And what I do is I put this one down first, and then I blend it out with my beauty blender, and then I put the contour color powder on top and blend it all out and all that stuff. The other NYX, well, I have 2 NYX products that I want to mention. One of them being the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. You've heard me talk about this formula before on here. I think in, I can't remember. I think in my Ipsy video I mentioned it. Maybe not. I don't know. But this is in the shade Copenhagen. That's what I'm wearing today. And you all know how I am about fall. That's all I talk about on Facebook, on my Instagram, on everything like that. So, and that is my hubby calling me. Nope. Texting me. But I am in love with this formula because it's so soft and so matte. I wonder that. But and the color is wonderful. I really want to get the next shade up from this one. It's called Transylvania, and it is the most beautiful color. It's actually a lot darker than this one, so I don't know. It kind of comes out looking black, and I don't know how I'll look with black lips. So, anyways. The next thing I want to mention is the NYX Dark Circle Concealer Corrector. And this I've had for a while. This is what it looks like, and it comes in like a little tube like this. And I've had this for a while, and I haven't really mentioned it in a lot of my other videos, I don't think. But I fell in love with it when I first bought it, and I kind of fell out of love with it, and I don't know really why. But this weekend we went to Gatlinburg for my sister's wedding, and I used it on her, and then I used it on myself, and I fell back in love with it. But what it is, it's basically a dark circle corrector. I just put it on underneath my waterline, or yeah, my bottom lash line, because it tends to get really pink and blue and all these weird colors. So I like to do that, and then I'll do the concealer in a V like I normally do. The next thing I'm going to mention is the mascara I've been using a lot. This is what it looks like, and I love it to death. It really gets in between your lashes and combs everything out very pretty. It's very black. I really like it. Two things I'm going to mention, and then I'm going to let you guys go because I think this video is already at 13. I'm so sorry that my videos get so up there in the, I get to rambling and stuff. So anyways, this is the eyeshadow brush that I've been using recently. I picked it up in a package that came with 3 from Walmart, and they're the Real Techniques brushes. This one is just the eyeshadow crease brush, and I really like it. And this one is a brush that I bought a long time ago, probably 2 to 3 years ago, and I have used it and used it and used it and used it. But I had used it for something other than what I've been using it recently for. Like, I used to use it for blush because that's what it is. It's a blush brush. But I have recently been using it to tap in my setting my concealer underneath my eyes, and I've fallen in love with it over again for that reason, because I've been using it a certain way. But the last thing, I almost didn't mention this. This is my all-time favorites, and I absolutely skipped over it. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and maybe even Twitter, I don't know if I put it on there or not, or Snapchat, you know that I purchased a Morphe Brushes palette that was gorgeous and is gorgeous. I cannot tell you enough how excited I was to have this in my life, because I'm not the one to go out here and spend $50 on a eyeshadow palette that has 4 shades in it. I'm not. So I decided to use my money wisely and get a $22 palette. I swear, sometimes my brain freezes. I don't know what's wrong with me. And get the Morphe Brushes palette, and let's just take a look at this. I mean, can we just pray to the gods that this is not the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen in your entire life? All of these shades, I have just about broke my palette, but all of these shades I have swatched, and they are so beautiful. They're going to be so great for fall. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and my eyeliner's a little off today. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!